Good morning, class, and welcome back to our history class. Children, we have in the previous classes, we have discussed about geography, we have discussed about civics. Today, we will start with our new history chapter. So this chapter deals about the evolution of man, or how does the early man started living a settled life. Means they have started making certain tools, they have started doing agriculture, they have settled out at one place. Firstly, the early man was a wanderer. What is a wanderer? A wanderer is a person who is roaming from one place to another in search of food and water. So, when early man started settling at one place, then they have started doing agriculture, they have started making pots, they have started using implements, tools, etc. So, this is the chapter, and we divide history into three parts. Let's see what it is. Okay. So, we'll start with the new chapter of history. Okay, so the historians have divided history into, or this age is into three, or you can say four important parts. What are these? They are the Paleolithic age, means the old stone age. Okay, Paleolithic age means the old stone age. So, what happened to this? This is the age when the tools etc. is being made by stones. Neolithic age or the new stone age, the Mesolithic age or the middle stone age, and the Chalcolithic age or the bronze age or the copper stone age. So we will discuss in detail about these types and these ages, and what did the early man do in these ages, and how did the evolution or improvement in the life of the early man take place. So first we'll start with man presence in India has been found from a very ancient time. For a very long time in India, we have found that the humans used to live on this part of the earth from a very ancient time. Millions of years ago, man was the only a hunter and a food gatherer. Okay, he only knows how to hunt food and how to gather it. They doesn't know how to cook food and how to make food. So they are only a wanderer and a hunter moving from one place to another. It took lakhs of years for him to become a producer of the food and other goods. So it took a large amount of time for the early man to become, you can say, to become a food producer and other, you can say, to make their own food. Okay, the early history of man is marked by different ages. We may divide the prehistory times into four stages. The first stage is the Paleolithic age or the old stone age, the Mesolithic age or the middle stone age, the Neolithic age or the new stone age, and the Chalcolithic age or the bronze age. So we will discuss one by one about these stages of the development of early man. Okay. So first we'll start with Paleolithic age or the old stone age, and we will see how did this stage develops, or how in this stage man develops. The word Paleolithic is derived from the two Greek words. Pelo means old and lithos means a stone. Okay. The word hereby means stone age. Okay. Hereby we can understand from this is that this is a stone age. What is a stone age? In this age, the man used the stone tools which were rough and unfinished. Okay, as the name suggests, In this, the man is using a stone for a tool. Means a stone is used as a tool. And why a stone is used? Because the stone is available to early man. And man know how to use the stone to kill the wild animals and make their food. And they were not polished. It was not finished. Okay, these are very rough tools which the early man used to make. The Stone Age began in India about 5 lakh years ago. It lasted up about 10,000 BC. So we can see that for a very long time, this stage of the old Stone Age keep on going in the early man's life. During the Paleolithic age, man was nomad who moved from place to place. Okay, so man was a nomad. Nomad means a person who is moving from one place to another in search of food and shelter. Why the early man is moving from one place to another? Because he doesn't have a shelter or a home to live, and he does not know how to cook food, how to make food. So he used to move from one place to another in search of food and shelter. He was called as a food gatherer or a hunter gatherer. Means he was called as a food gatherer. Means wherever he found food, he used to gather it for the future use, and he know how to hunt. So he is a hunter gatherer food. Means he know how to hunt and to gather the food. Okay, why did the food gatherer or a hunter gatherer move from place to place? Now the question arises, why a food gatherer or a hunter, or you can say early man, move from one place to another? This is because once the food supply of plant and animal resources were exhausted, suppose a particular place a early man was living. Now what happened in that place, due to daily hunting of animals, due to hunting and the plants are there, their food is finished or their fruits etc. finished. That is why the early man has to move from one place to another in search of new food, in search of new animals etc. Okay, so the food gatherer will move to different areas. So they move from one place to another. Okay, why the food gatherer or the food hunter has to move? Why early man is not living at a particular place? Early man has to move from one place to another because the food has been exhausted. In search of wild animals, in search of food and water, early man has to move from one place to another. Second point, the man who hunted animals would follow movements of animals, as big animals could go in search of smaller animals, and plant-eating animals would go for greener pastures. So man requires animals to eat. So big animals move from one place to another in search of food. Suppose tiger etc. Okay, these tigers or they have to move from one place to another in search of deer. Okay, or the cows etc. These animals are moving from one place to another in search of green grass. So when these animals are moving, obviously the hunter or the man has to move from one place to another, okay, in search of food and water. People would move in search of different types of seasonal fruits and plants. So early man also has to move in search of various fruits, in search of various vegetables, in search of various types of other things which grow from place to place. So the early man used to move from one place to another. That is why they are called as food gatherer or food collectors. They used to collect, they used to gather the food from one place to another. All living beings, be it humans, animals, or plants, need water to survive. Another important thing for the early man, the important thing for the early man is water. Even the animals require water, even the plants require water, even the human beings also require water. So these human beings give or they require water, so early man go in search of water. People living on the banks of seasonal rivers would have to go in search of water once it was exhausted. Suppose it is a small pond. The early man has settled down at one place in search of water, and there is less water. So after a certain time, the water will get exhausted, the water will finish it off. Okay, or in the drier seasons, the water gets evaporated, so there is no water to drink, so early man has to move. These are all the important points that shows that early man has to move from one place to another in search of food and water. Okay, next. So next we will study about what tools they used to use at that time. Obviously, it is being told earlier also that the tools which is being used by early man are very rough. They are not at all finished. They are just being made because they used to make it, and they are very rough tools. Okay, they are not so sharp, not so effective. Okay, so the tools which is being made by the stones. What is the material which is used to make the tools? The tools are made up of stones. Old Stone Age have been found in the valleys of the Son and Jhelum rivers. So early man tools are like stones, etc. has been discovered in the valleys of Son and Jhelum rivers. Why? Because these areas were very fertile. These areas have water. So it is being thought that early man has been settling over there in these river valleys. They have been found at various places in southern India also. Not only on the northern part of India, but the tools etc. of the early man has been found in the southern India also. All the tools are made up of quartzite, a hard rock. Okay, this early man knows about it. Early man knows that the tool has to be very hard. Why it has to be very hard? So that it can kill a wild animal. It can, whatever the using or they are tearing or they are using as a knife, etc. So it has to be very hard tool. Okay, has to not to be broken. So a quartzite is being used, which is a very hard rock, which is used to make a tool. The tools have been forms of knives, choppers, axe head, and digging instrument. Why the early man is requiring the tools for? The early man is requiring tools for as knives, for knife. They are using for choppers, like for they are making axe, etc. and for digging instruments. So the early man is using these hard tools, and these used tools are being used as knife, choppers, axe and digging instrument to dig the earth, to take out the roots, etc. The tools of the stones used by the early man in the Old Stone Age were crude, rough and unpolished. So these are the stones which is being used. They are very crude, they are not so smooth, they are very rough and they are unpolished. It's not so polished, they are only made up of, like means the early man is not finishing it, they are just using it for the purpose of killing the animals or tearing the animals or by digging etc. or cutting the woods etc. So they are very rough tools, okay, and they are also unpolished, they are not polished. The tools were of three kinds: the core tools, the flake tools and the blade tools. Okay, can you see the diagram over there? Okay, the stone tools of old Stone Age, the core tools, the flake tools. Can you see the diagram? Okay, so we will study one by one about these tools which were used by early man. First, we will read about the core tool. The core tool were made up of core method. In other words, what is core method? They are made by chipping away the portions of a piece of rock till they got the desired shape. Suppose they take a shape, suppose they take a rock, and they keep on chopping, keep on chipping the extra rock till they get a desired shape. Suppose they get the desired shape of the core tool. So they keep on chipping away the extra rock till they get the desired shape. Okay, till they get the desired shape. They were pear shaped. Can you see a pear? Okay, they are in the shape of a pear. They were pear shaped, that is, they had no handles. Means it is used to hold it, and they used to use like this only. They were used as hand axe for the purpose for cutting trees and digging the earth. They are used the hand. There is no handle over it. They has to catch a hold of it, and then by hand they used to dig the ground or to cut down the trees. So these are the purpose through which the early man used to make a tool. So these type of tool is called as the core tool. What they are called as? They are called as the core tool. Okay. Now the next type of tool. The next type of tool is the flake tool. Can you see the diagram over there, children? So the next is the flake tool. The flake tool were made by flake method. A large flake was first cut off from the rock and then shaped into a tool. Means a flake means a large piece of rock. They are more sharper, they are more pointer, they are more bigger than the core tool. So a large flake is first cut off from a rock, then shaped into a tool. So it is much bigger than the core tool. It is much sharper than the core tool. As you see in the diagram also. So can you see there? The core tool are much smaller in size and the flake tools are much bigger in size. Such tools were used as choppers for removing the skin from dead animals and cutting meat into smaller pieces. So these type of flake tools are used to tear off the skin of the animals and to chop the animals into smaller pieces. Okay, so this is the use of the flake tools. Now we come to blade tools. Okay, can you see the diagram over there? Blade. Can you see that is a form of a blade? Okay. Now the blade tool were longer and gradually evolved into knife, spears and arrowheads. Okay. So they are these blade tools are much bigger in size. They are much sharper, and now they have evolved slowly into form of a knife, spear or a arrowhead. So they are then used as knife, they are here used as spears, and they are used as arrowheads, like bow and arrow ka head. So these are the three type of tools which is being used by early man. First is the core tool, second is the flake tool, and third is the blade tool. So these tools, as the name suggested, they are made of stone. Why they are made of stones? Because that time early man used to have make they make tools from stones. They have no other metal etc. to make a tool. Now, these are the three important kinds of tools which early man used to make. Now the next important is the life of the early man in the old Stone Age. Okay, now we will see what is the life of the early man. Okay, the life of the early man means, first we will see about cave dwellings. What is cave dwelling? Cave dwelling means early man doesn't have, uh, they don't have a house to live in. They don't have a hut to live in. Where did the early man live? Early man lived in a cave. Man in the old Stone Age lived in natural caves. They are caves, they are natural caves, and to escape from heat and water and to get shelter and cold weather, etc., the early man used to take the help of natural caves. The caves provide them protection. Okay, what happened? These caves provide them protection from cold weather and wild animals. Okay, these caves provide them protection means they are feeling safer from cold weather and wild animals. So there are caves which has been there, and where did early man used to live? The early man used to live in caves. Why? Because these caves are being natural and they are helpful for the early man to get protected from cold weather and from wild animals. So these are the places where the early man used to live. Now, what food they used to eat? Early man did not know how to grow foods, okay, or grains. Early man was a food gatherer, he was not a food producer. He don't know how to produce food. He only know how to gather food, okay. So they don't know how to grow grains, etc. He lived on animals, fishes, and fruits. What did the early man used to eat? Early man used to eat animals, they used to eat fishes, and used to eat fruits, whatever is being found. So he was more of a gatherer rather than producer. The meat of other food that man ate was raw. All the things early man used to eat is raw. They does not know how to cook because the discovery of fire was not being done till then. Okay, in the old Stone Age, the discovery of fire was not being made. So the early man only have to eat the food raw. He doesn't know how to cook food. So whatever fruits, whatever meat, whatever fishes, anything, whatever he used to eat is all raw. Okay. Now, the man lived in small groups. They kept on moving from one place to another in search of birds and animals. They are all moving from one place to another. Why they are moving from one place to another? In search of birds, animals, fruits, and something to eat, or water also. He was a wandering life and spent most of in fear and hunger. The life of early man was not so good. Why the life is not so good? Because most of the life of the man of early man was wandering from one place to another. They are moving from one place to another and mostly spent in fear. Why they were feared? Because they get fear of animals, wild animals, because of weather, because of various diseases they are having, and basically because of hunger. He does not have much food to eat. Okay. Okay. Then a very important concept was the discovery of fire. Okay, now an important thing happened in the life. This was a turning point in the early man's life. That is the discovery of fire. So what happened in the discovery of fire? One time, it was a pure chance that leads to the discovery of fire. It was just a chance that one thing happened at one time, so it led to the discovery of fire. Man noticed that a hard stone, when stuck with each other, the stone produced sparks, which lightened a fire. So, okay, every time early man was hitting two stones together to make a proper tool. So every time when he struck the two tools together, there are you can say spark. Okay, that spark is there every time. Okay, so this spark which lightened a fire. So sometime or some way, what it might have happened that when the early man was stucking the two stones together, what may have happened, the spark has been produced, and this spark might have fallen on the dry leaves, so the fire have caught. Okay, then the fire is being there. Okay, when it touched the dry leaves, it burst into flames. So, okay, what happened when these the spark which has been thrown, or it has been gone into the this dry leaf, a wildfire or a big fire has been taking place. Okay. Now the man was able to ignite the fire whenever he needed it. So whenever the early man needs fire, what happened? He can stuck the two stones together and the fire can be lit up every time whenever the early man needs fire. Ash has been found in one of the caves at Kunnur in Andhra Pradesh. So when the scientists were studying about early man, they have seen that in various caves, the ash has been found. What is ash? Ash means something has been lit up, something has been burned up, then only the fire was there. So this fire is the symbol, that this ash is a symbol that early man know how to make a fire. Fire had many uses for early man. This is a very important discovery done by the early man. First, the man used fire in order to keep him warm or to cook meat or nuts. A very important discovery is of fire. Now he can cook food, he can make himself warm, and the fire is also used to scare off wild animals. These wild animals can be, the early man make this fire to scare to scare the wild animals away. Fire brought light to the dark caves. Now the early man can see at the night also. Because of the fire, they can see, and now at the time, early man was safe during the night also. Man could spend his time peacefully, and peacefully means he is not afraid of animals. They are making themselves, the fire is making him warm, and the fire is also used for cooking food. So a very important discovery done by the early man is the discovery of fire. Okay. Now from tomorrow we will start with the Mesolithic age or the Middle Stone age. Okay. So till here, that is, discovery of fire is already being done in the Old Stone Age. So children, we will finish with this today's class with the Old Stone Age only, and from tomorrow we will start with the next topic, that is Neolithic age or the Middle Stone Age. Okay, so a quick revision of this chapter till here. We will start from the Paleolithic age or the Old Stone Age. In this, what is the basic thing? That a man is a food gatherer, not a food producer. The next important thing, the man used to move from one place to another. Why he moved from one place to another? In search of food and water. Second, they move from one place to another in search of animals, in search of green grass, in search of green, or you can say in search of fruits, etc. And they used to eat seasonal fruits. That is why they move from one place to another. Okay, and a very important thing, man used to go from one place to another in search of water. The next important thing, the man used to make the tools. The tools are made up of stones, and these stone tools can be divided into three parts. The core tool, which are much smaller and they are very rough. The next is the flake tools, which are much longer and they are used to peel up the skin and cut the raw meat. And the third is the blade tools, which are much sharper, much longer, and they are used as knife, spears, and arrowheads. So these are the raw tools which is being made by early man. And where did the early man used to live? The early man used to live in caves. Okay, the cave protect them from heat, cold, as well as from wild animals. What about food? Early man is only eating raw food. He does not know how to cook food because discovery of fire is not being known by early man. They are wandering from place to place in search of food and water. And the most important and the last thing which happened in the life of early man is the discovery of fire. So the fire, what happened one day when early man was striking two stones together, a spark went and this spark fell into the dry leaves and this lightened up the fire. Now what happened when the lightning of a fire has been there? Early man used to make fire whenever he needed it. Okay, that makes himself, the fire is a very important discovery. It makes keep himself warm, to scare the wild animals, to cook food and during the night that fire helps early man to make himself more comfortable and peaceful in caves, because now the fire can be used to scare the wild animals. So this is the chapter all about for today. For tomorrow, children, we'll continue further explanation of the chapter. So I want everyone to see the video and start learning and understanding it also. Okay? So this is for today's class. Thank you and stay safe.